Hey everyone, welcome back to Gold Rush Reporter. This is your analyst Hashir, and today we're diving into one of the most practical topics in the world of precious metals. How to buy gold the right way. Now before we begin, let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about buying gold but stopped because you didn't know where to start? Maybe you've seen prices going up, or you've heard that central banks and investors are stacking gold again. And you're thinking, maybe it's time I buy some too. Well, this guide is exactly for you. By the end of this series, you'll understand what to buy, how to buy, where to buy, and how to store your gold without making any costly mistakes. So make sure you stick around till the end. All right, let's begin from the most basic. What to buy? When you step into the world of gold investing, you'll see a lot of options. Coins, bars, rounds, even jewelry. But for beginners, the smartest way to start is with government-backed bullion coins. These coins are globally recognized, easy to sell, and most importantly, trusted for their gold content. Now, what exactly are bullion coins? These are investment-grade coins produced by government mints, and they contain a specific amount of pure gold. They don't carry collector or numismatic value. You're basically paying for the gold itself, plus a small premium for minting and distribution. In the United States, the two main bullion coins are the American Gold Eagle and the American Gold Buffalo coin. The American Gold Eagle is by far the most popular gold coin in the US, and globally, it's second only to the South African Krugerrand. First introduced in 1986, this coin comes in 4 sizes. But for now, let's focus on the 1-ounce version. It contains exactly 1 ounce of gold. However, you might notice that its color looks slightly different from pure gold coins. That's because it's made of pulsed 22 karat gold, meaning 91.67% pure gold, mixed with a bit of copper and silver alloy. This mix makes the coin harder and more durable, perfect for handling or storage. Each Gold Eagle has 1 Oz fine gold written on it, and a face value of 50 Han. Now technically yes, you could spend it in a store for $50, but please don't, because right now the coin's gold value is over $2,000. In fact, if you ever plan to do that, just call me. I'll happily buy it for $60. The second coin produced by the US Mint is the Kabusichi, American Gold Buffalo. This one is 24 karat gold. That means 99.99% pure, often called 4 nines fine. You can easily tell it apart because it shines with that classic yellow tone of pure gold. It's roughly the same size as the Gold Eagle and carries the same $50 face value. But since it's pure gold, it's softer. It scratches and dents easily. So if you ever buy one, keep it in a protective capsule and handle it carefully. Definitely don't let your little nephew play with it. Now, if you're based in the United States and you're buying your very first gold coin, both the Gold Eagle O and the Gold Buffalo are fantastic options. If you want durability and a coin that's easy to trade, go with the Eagle. But if you love the rich golden color and want 24 karat purity, then the Buffalo might be your best choice. Personally, it's my favorite. The Gold Buffalo was introduced in 2006, and both coins have remained mostly unchanged since then. However, the Gold Eagle did receive a design update in 2021, making it even more visually stunning. Now, if you live outside the United States, or you simply prefer something different, there are many other reputable gold coins available around the world. The Maui Canadian Gold Maple Leaf was actually the first 24 karat gold bullion coin ever produced, introduced in 1979. It's one of the most traded coins globally and well known for its purity and intricate design. Other famous options include the South African Krugerrand, the Austrian Philharmonic, the British Britannia, the Australian Kangaroo, and the Chinese gold panda. These are all official government-minted coins, trusted worldwide and recognized instantly by dealers. Now you might be wondering, what about gold bars? Well, gold bars are another way to buy gold, especially if you're focused on bulk investing. Brands like PAMP Suisse, Valcambi, Perth Mint, and Royal Canadian Mint produce some of the best gold bars out there. But as a gold analyst, my advice to new buyers is simple. Start with coins. They're easier to authenticate, easier to sell, and much simpler to understand when you're new to precious metals. So, to wrap up this first part, your journey in gold investing begins by choosing the right coin. Stick with popular government-backed bullion coins. Focus on quality, purity, and global recognition, and you'll never go wrong. In the next part, we'll talk about something equally important. How much a gold coin should actually cost, how to understand the premiums and spot prices, and how to make sure you're not getting overcharged. Stay tuned, because we're just getting started. Now that we understand the basics of gold coins and what makes them valuable, the next big question for new buyers is, how much should you actually pay for gold? This is where a lot of people get confused, and sometimes even overpay without realizing it. As a gold analyst, I always tell beginners that understanding gold pricing is one of the most important parts of investing in it smartly. Because when you know how to calculate a fair price, you're already protecting yourself from expensive mistakes that many new investors make. The first factor that determines the price of any gold coin is the spot price. This is simply the current market value of gold at any given moment. You can find it easily on trusted sites like Kitco or any financial news outlet. The spot price changes constantly, just like stock prices do, based on demand and global market conditions. Let's say, for example, that the spot price of gold right now is $1,900 per ounce. That means 1 ounce of pure gold in its raw form is worth $1,900. But when you go to buy a gold coin, you'll notice that the price is always higher than that. And that's where the concept of premium comes in. The premium is the additional amount that dealers charge over the spot price. It covers things like minting, transportation, insurance, and their profit margin. On average, for 1 ounce government-minted coins, like the American Gold Eagle or the Canadian Maple Leaf, the premium is around 5%. So if the spot price is $1,900, the actual coin might cost you somewhere near $2,000. However, this number is not fixed. Premiums fluctuate depending on supply, demand, and even the time of year. During market uncertainty, premiums can rise sharply because investors rush to buy physical gold. Now, there's another important point. Not all coins have the same premium. For example, in the United States, an American gold buffalo might cost you $2,010, while a Canadian gold maple leaf might be $1,980. Both coins contain the exact same amount of gold, but the difference lies in popularity and resale value. Because the gold buffalo is more recognized in the US, it often commands a slightly higher premium. And when you sell it later, you'll likely get a better return compared to the maple leaf. So even though the difference seems small, understanding this can help you choose coins that hold value better over time. Another cost factor to be aware of is sales tax. In some states or countries, gold bullion purchases are taxed, while in others, they are completely exempt. So before you buy, check your local tax laws. It can make a noticeable difference in your total cost. These little details matter because they determine your real cost basis in gold. And when you understand them, you're no longer buying blindly, you're investing strategically. Now let's talk about selling for a moment. Even though this guide focuses on buying, it's helpful to know how resale works. When you sell your gold, dealers usually pay you close to the current spot price. You rarely get more than that unless the coin has numismatic or collectible value. So, if you bought an American gold buffalo for $2,010 and the spot price stays around $1,900, you might sell it for somewhere near that same range. Maybe a little higher if market demand increases. But overall, physical gold is a long-term store of value, not a quick profit trade. Its strength lies in its ability to preserve wealth over decades, not in short-term flipping. So, if you're new to buying gold, the key takeaway is simple. Always check the spot price before buying. Understand the premium you're paying and compare costs between dealers. If you see a coin with a premium that's way too high, it's usually not worth it no matter how beautiful it looks. Remember, as gold investors, we're not collecting artwork. We're preserving purchasing power. The goal is to get the most gold for your money. In the next part, we'll move into the practical side. Where exactly you should buy your gold from, and how to make sure you're dealing with trustworthy sellers. Because knowing what to buy and how much to pay is only half the story. Where you buy can make all the difference between a smart investment and a costly mistake. So now that we know how gold pricing works, let's talk about where to actually buy it. Because knowing what to buy and what it should cost won't help much if you end up buying from the wrong place. This is the part where many beginners make their first big mistake, choosing the wrong seller. There are only two safe and practical options when it comes to buying gold coins: local coin shops and trusted online bullion dealers. Each has its pros and cons, and as someone who studied this market closely, I can tell you both can be great if you know how to use them smartly. Let's start with local coin shops. These are physical stores where you can walk in, hold the gold in your hands, and buy it right away. The biggest advantage of a local shop is that you can physically verify what you're buying. You can see the coin's condition, ask questions, and avoid shipping delays. Plus, if you ever want to sell, having a relationship with a local dealer can come in handy. You can find coin shops easily by searching gold coin dealers near me or coin shops in your city on Google. Just be careful to avoid jewelry stores or pawn shops. They usually deal in a different kind of gold, not bullion coins meant for investment. In the end, it's not about where you buy. It's about buying safely and smartly. Always stick to verified, trusted sources. If a deal looks too good to be true, it almost always is. Gold is not a place for shortcuts. It's a place for patience, knowledge, and steady discipline. In the next part, we'll look at something that many people overlook: the different sizes of gold coins and how fractional gold can sometimes make more sense than going all in with a full ounce at once. All right, now let's move on to something that many beginners don't think much about: the different sizes of gold coins. Most people start by thinking they need to buy a full 1 ounce coin, but the truth is, you have multiple size options depending on your budget and goals. These are called fractional gold coins, and they can be a great way to start your journey into precious metals without having to spend a full $2,000 all at once. Gold coins generally come in several standard sizes: 1 ounce, 1 2 ounce, 1 4 ounce, and 1 10 ounce. The 1 ounce coin is the most common and most cost efficient because it has the lowest percentage of extra costs. But fractional coins, the smaller sizes, allow you to buy gold in smaller, more affordable pieces. They also give you flexibility later on because selling part of your gold holdings becomes easier when they're divided into smaller units. Here's how it works. The value of a gold coin is based on the spot price of gold multiplied by the amount of gold in the coin. So if gold is trading at $1,900 per ounce, then a 1/10 ounce coin would have $190 worth of gold in it. However, smaller coins come with a higher premium percentage. That means, per ounce, they cost more than a full 1 ounce coin. This is because it costs the same to mint, handle, and distribute a small coin as it does a big one. But with less gold inside, the premium becomes a bigger percentage of the price. Let's take an example. If a 1-ounce American Gold Eagle costs about $2,000, a 1/10-ounce Gold Eagle might cost around $230. So, if you bought 10 of those small coins, you'd spend about $2,300 for the same amount of gold that a single 1-ounce coin contains. That's an extra $300 in premium costs. You can recover some of that later when you sell, but generally, smaller coins are more expensive per ounce. Still, for many investors, the flexibility is worth it, especially if you're building your stack gradually. If you're a first-time buyer, fractional gold can be a smart entry point. It lets you start owning real gold without committing a large amount up front. You can buy 1 coin a month, or even 1 every few months, depending on your budget. This approach helps smooth out price fluctuations and builds discipline, a key trait in smart investing. I've personally been buying gold for over a decade, and I still pick up quarter-ounce coins regularly. They're a great balance between affordability and efficiency. Now let's talk about which coins are available in fractional sizes. In the US, the American Gold Eagle is the only coin from the US Mint that's available in fractional versions. You can get it in half-ounce, quarter-ounce, and 10th-ounce sizes. The American Gold Buffaloes, on the other hand, is only minted in the full 1-ounce size, except for a limited edition fractional release back in 2008. Because of that rarity, those smaller buffaloes from 2008 usually sell for a very high premium today. If you want 24-carat fractional coins, you'll need to look internationally. Coins like the Canadian Maple Leaf, the Austrian Philharmonic, and the Australian Kangaroo all come in various fractional sizes, and they're well recognized around the world. These options are perfect for people who prefer pure gold and still want flexibility in size and price. Now, remember one thing. While smaller coins are convenient, don't let them distract you from your long-term goal. The more ounces you can accumulate over time, the stronger your position becomes. Fractional coins are great for entry-level buying or strategic diversification. But if you plan to hold gold as a long-term store of value, aim to build up full ounces when possible. Think of it like building a solid foundation. The more gold weight you hold, the better you're insulated from market shocks, inflation, and currency devaluation. So, whether you start with a 10th-ounce coin or a full ounce, the key is consistency. Stay focused, keep stacking, and buy what fits your comfort level. In the next part, we'll dive into the final and often overlooked step: how to safely store your gold once you've bought it, and how to protect it from damage, theft, and loss. Because owning gold is only part of the journey. Keeping it safe is where true confidence begins. Now that you've started buying gold, the next big question is, how do you store it safely? This is one of the most important parts of being a gold investor, and yet it's often the most overlooked. Because it doesn't matter how smart your purchase was if your gold isn't protected properly. Storing gold isn't complicated, but it does require some smart decisions. When you first walk out of a coin shop or receive your delivery from an online dealer, your coins will usually come in clear protective sleeves called flips. These are good for temporary protection, but if your coin is 24-carat gold, like a Canadian Maple Leaf or an American Buffalo, you'll want to keep it in a capsule. Pure gold is very soft and scratches easily, even from a light touch or friction against another coin. Capsules are clear, hard plastic cases that seal your coin safely while still allowing you to see and display it. You can buy them from the same dealer you bought your coins from, or even on Amazon or at a local shop. If you plan to keep buying gold regularly, consider getting tubes or storage boxes. Tubes let you store multiple coins neatly and securely in one place. For example, a standard 1-ounce gold eagle tube holds 20 coins. That's 20 ounces of gold in one small, discrete container. You can find these on dealer websites or directly from the mints. Some collectors even use soft cotton gloves when handling gold coins, especially pure ones, just to prevent fingerprints or small marks. Once your gold is protected in capsules or tubes, the next decision is where to store it. You have two main options: A, personal home safe, or a PASI bank safe deposit box. Each has its own advantages. Achang, personal safe, gives you instant access. You can check your coins anytime, add to your collection, or sell quickly if needed. Look for a heavy, fireproof and waterproof safe, one that can be bolted to the floor or hidden securely. Avoid small lockboxes or portable safes. They can be stolen easily. The goal is to make your gold both accessible and secure. The other option is a FAB Bank safe deposit box. These are located inside the bank's vault and offer top-level security. The downside is that you can only access them during banking hours and you'll pay a small annual fee. But for people who hold a larger amount of gold, this can be a smart and low-risk choice. Some investors even split their storage, keeping a portion at home for flexibility and the rest in a bank for added protection. If you have a significant investment in gold, you might also look into private vaulting services. These are professional storage companies that specialize in precious metals. They provide full insurance, advanced security, and easy access when you need it. It's a great option for high-value holdings, or for those who prefer to keep their metals completely off-site. Whichever method you choose, remember one golden rule: discretion is key. Don't tell many people about your gold holdings. The fewer people who know, the safer your investment is. Gold is private wealth, and privacy is one of its greatest strengths. Finally, make sure your family or a trusted person knows how to locate your gold in case of an emergency. You don't want your investment to be lost simply because no one knows where it's stored. Keep a simple record, a list of what you own, where it's stored, and when it was purchased. You don't need to share it with anyone, but having it documented keeps everything organized and traceable. So, in summary, use capsules or tubes for protection, store in a secure safe or vault, stay private, and keep a record. This is how smart investors preserve their wealth for the long term. In the final part of this guide, we'll wrap everything up, bringing together everything we've learned about buying, pricing, and storing gold, along with some closing thoughts for new investors. So stay tuned, because this last part will tie it all together and prepare you to confidently step into the world of gold ownership, like a true analyst. Finally, make sure your family or a trusted person knows how to locate your gold in case of an emergency. You don't want your investment to disappear simply because no one knew where it was stored. Keeping a simple record, a list of what you own, where it's kept, and when you bought it, can make all the difference. It doesn't have to be fancy. Even a handwritten note stored securely can protect your legacy. So now, you've learned the full journey of becoming a confident gold investor, from understanding why gold matters, to choosing the right form of gold, finding trusted dealers, identifying the right time to buy, and finally, storing your gold safely and privately. This complete process turns you from just a buyer into a strategic investor, someone who doesn't react to the market but prepares for it. Gold isn't just a metal. It's a symbol of financial freedom, a shield against uncertainty, and a way to preserve what you've earned no matter what happens to currencies or economies. Whether you hold a single ounce or a full stack, every coin represents stability in a world that's constantly changing. As a gold analyst, I always remind my viewers, gold doesn't make you rich overnight, it protects your wealth over time. It's a long-term play built on patience and awareness. So, take your time, keep learning, and stay informed about the global economy, central banks, and monetary policy. Because understanding the why behind gold is what truly makes you a smart investor. And with that, we wrap up this complete gold guide series. If you found this breakdown valuable, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss an update on global gold trends, silver insights, and market analysis. This is Gold Rush Reporter, your trusted source for gold intelligence and precious metal analysis. Until next time, stay smart, stay informed, and keep stacking with confidence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next report.